I'm sorry? 32 books? Really? MashaAllah. So that's nice. Yes, I think that this is something remarkable. So, what is the type of the books that you have read?
Actually, it's history with
Really?
classic. It's some of them books, some of them
Novels?
novels.
Okay. But at least you are 32. At the last 2 months or 1
Actually,
year?
I have
400 what? Books you have read? Okay.
I started counting them when I was 16.
16. Okay. MashaAllah. That's nice. This is the one book. Yes, this is a role model. Reading potential. And I want to highlight 3 main points here so that you can have it as a note. Yes? Facebook. That's the problem of the internet. I'm going to address now. There's a book. There's a book. So let's see other people who, for the last 1 month, 1 book, 2 books, half book, quarter, 2 books, last 1 month.
Any kinds of books?
Any kind, novels, books, whatever. Something that is
Textbooks,
written
no.
by an
Except the
author and
textbooks.
you read it.
Not the textbook.
1 book. Okay, last one from
Maybe like
12 books.
3 months, right?
I'm saying about 3 months even. It's okay. How much?
12,
12.
15, or 15.
Okay. This is also a good contribution from Sister Safa. Yes, sister? I'm sorry?
At least 6 pages. There are many
That's
without
okay.
any single
Be
page.
honest in
Still
saying
6 is better. 6 is
Nicholas Carr, he's an author of a book which called The Shallowers. Okay? The Shallowers. In his book, it was a bestseller, New York Times bestseller, something. Okay? You can search on the internet about this. He addressed something that is like a phenomenon, something that he has noticed by himself. He found that he's like 50 to 45, something like this. He found that when he starts to read, it was difficult for him to continue even after 6 or 7 pages. He found that, a kind of nagging feeling inside that I cannot continue to the last page. And he was sitting with himself and saying that I haven't used to be like this before. 20 years back, I used to read books conveniently, staying, looking, concentrating, having the ideas, putting the notes, and so on. But now, he couldn't do so. This was the motivation for him to write this book, which is The Shallowers. He found that because of the media, because of the Facebook, Twitter, and so on, found that we are accustomed to a type of reading which is something that is very new. That we cannot, in general, whenever you look to the post in the Facebook, for example, if it's too long, you're not going to read all of it, unless you are very interested. But if it's something that is written, like 1 page, maybe you are just going to the first line and that's it. The title, that's it for you. And going to another, and going to another, and so on and so forth. So I found that this gives to us, our mind, it's like, as our brother Suhaib is not here, it's like a muscle. So if you are not going to use it, then it will not work with you whenever you want it to work. So in that way, he put that the first pitfall or shortcoming of the new media era that we're living, that shallow understanding, the first place, that we are not going in depth in every book. So just our understanding is the title, the first line, that's it. So you'll find that our understanding in every topic that we're looking is very shallow. The second one is losing focus easily. You will find that you can lose your focus easily. And number 3, fast read. This is one advantage and disadvantage at the same time. Fast read means that, yes, now we can read it fastly. Whenever we go to any book, yes, we can go. This is, they call it even in Arabic, القراءة السريعة, that you can have a book Look to it, the contents, look to the first page, the last page, some interesting chapters and so on. This you can get whatever you want. That's good. That's one advantage. But the disadvantage of this is you cannot have a concentrating time so long as you have to do or as you should do. Because again, knowledge needs deep understanding and long time for reading. This is something that you have to have it as for granted or something that should be as a rule, okay, in order to have deep understanding. So the reading potential is very important, whether you're a leader or a follower, okay? Reading potential is very important. Yes, where, this is important question, where the new fields for study and read. So for study, let me make a survey. How many people are related to science field in general from the audience? Science field in general. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost the majority. Okay, in general. Okay, science and engineering and so on. Okay. Humanities and social sciences. 1, 2. 1, 2. Show me. Language. Okay, you can consider it's okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Quran and Sunnah. Religious issues in general. Reading or having something related to it. No one. Right? I'm sorry? Yes, to be interested in religious issues, whether you are having a kind of degree in religious issues, or you have a continuous reading on it, or you have something that is linked to it in one way or another. Not only, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right.
No, like this.
Okay.
This.
Okay. From this quick survey, you can find that most of the people, they are going to the science field, science, engineering, and so on, application of the sciences and so on. And which is, we have a great deal of it, right? And the second is humanities and social sciences. We have a great lack, actually, in our societies. Remember that those countries who are leading the world, they are leader in this fields, or in these fields, humanities and social sciences in general. Okay? Even some countries, they are concentrating, like Korea, for example, concentrating much more in sciences and so on. Yes, that's okay, and that's nice and cool. But again, leading, to have the leadership, will not be on the hand of the people who are working only on sciences. People are working, or those countries who are dedicating a lot of budget and investment and so on for social sciences and humanities, they are the leaders. And this is, we have to admit it. We have to admit it, that they are leading the civilization, I mean the West. Take it or leave it or accept it or not, they are leading. They are leading it. So we have to be clear with ourselves regarding this point. The waves comes from there, and then it approaches to our shores. So here, it's very important to take care about this. The second part. And even for the people who are religious people in general, I found that we have a great lack of these fields. We do not understand. We cannot even make a debate or go into an argument or something like this with those people who have really great deal of experience in humanities and social sciences. So that's the point. You will find that those who are not interested in such kind of fields, their argument is so weak, so weak. People of the hadith, in the time of Imam al-Shafi'i, they said that Imam al-Shafi'i ahya ahl al-hadith, means that the people of the hadith in general, those who are taking care of the narrations and the hadith and so on, they do not have any argument. Just they say the hadith. Whenever they are talking with the people who are making ahl al-kalam, or they are making arguments and so on, they just say the hadith and stop. When Shafi'i, Imam Shafi'i came, they realized that there are much more about only learning and memorizing the hadith. How to prove, how to understand, how to let others to be convinced and persuaded with your own point of view. These kind of skills and so on cannot be achieved without understanding some issues regarding humanities and social sciences and so on. Quran and Sunnah, yes, that's our main lack now. Even that we have some knowledge, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We have to be clear with ourselves with this. So, for the last 1 month, for example, how many religious books that you have read? Something from A to Z. I mean that from chapter 1 to chapter, yes, our sister? 2, mashallah. Okay, what are the names of, you cannot remember? تاريخ النبي, yes. جيل الصالحين. Okay, that's nice, wallah. So yes, we have to read, and we have in the same time to get the benefit from the reading. And it's important to be exposed to the right mainstream. I mean that do not make the reading to be confusing for you. You have to go to the right mainstream where that you can obtain the knowledge or get the knowledge, and then you should read about it. So Quran and things related to the Quran, whether tafsir, for example, it's important for you to understand what you are reciting or what you are reading whenever you are reading the Quran. So tafsir, ummahat al-kutub fi tafsir, things related to like Al-Tabari, Al-Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir, okay, and the recent contemporary tafsir like Tahrir al-Tanwir al-Tahir ibn Ashur, and so on and so forth. For the Sunnah, you have to understand the Sunnah of Rasulullah and the interpretation or the explanation. Okay, so that's important to read in these fields. Okay. A culture that dazzles versus vulnerable characters. You know how much we have remaining? Where is the?
Okay.
When we should finish? Just I want to know the time. Until here.
1 hour and 15 minutes. We still have about
25 minutes. 3:45. So where is Amir? Amir is not here.
He's not
He
here.
didn't
He's
start
on
the session.
Don't wake him up. Let's just call out the
So I should have here like
went to guest
okay. So 3.
No.
Okay, 3:35 I will finish, inshallah. Within 15 minutes, we can finish. I didn't actually. Okay. Okay. So I found that whenever we have been exposed, yes.
I have a comment about Quran and Sunnah.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, for engineering and social sciences, we don't really all have to be engineers, and we don't all have to be experts in social science.
Yes.
So my comment is like, why not everyone like focus on, I mean, yeah, you have to know the basics, but
Yes.
not everyone has to be a mufti and a sheikh and be so deep.
At all. I
Because
didn't mean
exactly, if you have a problem, you just go and ask a mufti
Yes.
instead of like. So I feel like if you just know the basics and like this would be enough.
Yes, and this is what I actually want. We want to have the basics, but we do not have actually even the basics for such kind of science.
Exactly.
So this is why it's very important. Your point, yes, is right. So we are people who are always related with the sciences and engineering and so on. This is our specialities. But when it comes to the other issues, no, we do not have even the basics. We do not know to whom we should read and so on. Okay? Yes, Jazakallah khairan.
Do you ask questions at the end of another thing?
You can ask right now.
Is this break time? We can ask questions now or later at the end.
Okay, if you want to ask a question, I can stop here if you want, and if you have any questions, because I think that
Okay.
I'm going to wrap up within 5 minutes. So if you have any questions for the first session, then
Me.
okay, Sister Safa.
You were saying about we all have to try to sharp our skills.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good. But like we all have to try to excel or stand out or something.
Yes.
But why can't we just be, like you said, we cannot be hidden in society, right?
Yes.
Why can't we be hidden in society? Because like in Islam there's like you go for the middle moderate way.
Yes.
So why can't I just be hidden in society if I want to?
Because you are not leader in general means that you have to be distinguished in the society. It means that even to the local scale, the society, the extended family that you have, the neighborhood that you're living in, you have to have any contribution to them. This term, which is individual, hidden individual, and so on, means that the person that is not or has no relation with the people around him, he has no influence on those people around him. So that's my point, that we should not be like this, right?
Yes.
Do you have to add anything?
I was disappointed to
I saw that you are saying this. Okay, so this is very important about being hidden, because I'm going to talk about some other issues, which is being hidden in some certain times. Okay, this is inshallah something I'm going to talk about in the second session. Yes, sister?
It's very hard to balance between products
Could you make it louder?
It's very hard to balance between studies and scientists and engineering. For example, when I take interest and I go deep in drawings, I don't take interest in everything. In my field, I don't take interest. It's very hard to balance. I can't say that it's a great deal in engineering. No, I don't agree.
You mean that? I agree. He means that we have a lot of people who are engineers and scientists and so on. This is my intention.
But with Quran and Sunnah, if you have great understanding and great knowledge, then you don't take interest in any other fields like engineering or scientists. It's very hard to balance.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you to some extent.
The majority of the people here are from engineering.
No, so that's right. So most of the people coming from this science and engineering and applied sciences and so on. So this is why we need some balance, means that we need some basics. That's it. That's what we want. To be literate people, to be knowledgeable people to some extent, not to be experts. Okay, any other questions? Jazakumullah khairan for the first session. Inshallah, the second session I will try to be more concise, and a lot of things actually I need to say. Okay, see you inshallah.
Thank you, Dr. for the very informative session. Now, before we go on for the other session, which Dr. Noor is going to lead, we'll be having a quiz session, which will be led by Brother Abu Bagari. So, he has some interesting questions, and also it's a very interesting gift for you, for the participants. So, I would recommend you to be very active in this quiz session, because the reward is going to be very good. I'm sure you all like it. I think we can now start the quiz. So we have divided all of you in 5 teams. So those who think that the teams are not balanced properly, they can adjust it, or otherwise we're going to continue with the setting which we have just set right now.
Is the setting okay?
Are you guys
Team
comfortable?
5. I think Safa is.
What is it?
We are having a quiz, so you are okay with your number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like team 5?
You want to be the underdog 2-1, right?
We can keep Dr. Noor as the ultimate judge for any sort of problem. So Dr. Noor, judge for them. Okay.
I didn't think you can be fast because you are my time.